Welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. I'm your host Alex, also known as Solinus Dracone. So, we're going to finish up the Mackerels today by doing the Mackerel Exolab. And I expect that this one's going to be different enough from the others that it's going to at least allow me to show something. So let's just go ahead and get into it. As always, first thing to turn on is the light. Okay, Exolab has that little skeleton thing in front, that little bumper. It's also got a couple of amplifiers at the bottom. Now the amplifiers, sometimes they'll be joined with just a yellow detach point, the yellow cut point, and that's fine, you can laser that. But if it's black, kind of like that, if it's a grade 3, you absolutely have to use the demo charges on it. We won't be using demo charges for probably a couple ships at least. But it's good to get that stuff off.
Salvage
Oh, just tether.
Transferring credits.
Okay. And I do want to get off the antennae and all the other hangy bits, because they can get in the way of what I'm trying to do, which is to get the stuff neatly into all those other places. Just drag you down there, and time to make the ship safe.
Airlock depressurizing. Salvage deposit registered. Account
Excellent.
credited.
Just gonna kill whatever tethers I've got. Alright, so let's go ahead and detach the thruster. It sounds scary, but don't worry. Let's get this out of the way. And we're just looking around for the atmosphere control. I do have my portable AC going on in the background, so if you hear some background noise, that's it. I'm gonna try my best to remove the background noise in post, but it's just too dang hot here in the city of Houston. That too is acceptable. I'm okay with that, bunny. Okay, so let's see. Crawl space seems okay. I'd like to get in and work on the other side crawl space if I can, but there's really nothing that I can take off that'll make that easy, so I'm just going to go ahead and proceed as planned. Now, I'm going to just vary this Mackerel up a little bit, show the way it's supposed to actually take off the glass, because I've just, surged past it in previous. But I'm going to show the way that they supposedly intended you to break up the glass in the Mackerels. So first, remove this. Get you in there. And I can't really pull this out, even though the only thing holding it is the glass. So what you're supposed to do with the glass is laser it like that. Best you can. And as you can see, it's like there's fidgetiness involved, and I'm not a fan of it. Alright, so that glass is now loose. And let's go ahead and fire that into the furnace.
Raw material accepted.
Alright, and so, that'll probably somewhat lower the amount that we're losing. But watch, I bet you anything we're going to lose a wee bit of glass when we toss that in there.
Object processed.
Why you're listing to the side like that, I have no idea. But you need to stop. I'm not happy about that.
Salvage deposited.
As you can see, the Exolab is a little bit more of a house ship. I suppose their idea is they're meant to go out on longer voyages, and so they've got more bunks and more closed off against the elements. Let's grab door console. Grab atmosphere regulator.
Salvage deposit.
You know the drill, just clear out the throughway if you can. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more difficult to do depending upon how the mackerel is laid out. I didn't catch if we lost any glass because I was too busy paying attention to this thing turning in midair. In space. Alright, that done. Let's go around back. Air brake.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
I suppose this is a little bit easier because I can get the various bits into the right places with a little bit less muss and fuss. So yeah, maybe it's good actually that it tilted.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Yeah. Cut off the back section. Okay, that's detached. I'm just going to pull her back a wee bit and then tether her on in there. Now you'll notice, as opposed to the previous mackerels, instead of having a whole bunch of pipes here, it's got a whole bunch of electric cables. And actually, I'll just be sacrificing those electric cables. They are barely worth anything at all. And the amount of effort it takes to separate each one out, and the time and trouble it is, it's not worth it. So those are supposed to go into the furnace, but I'm just going to send them with all the stuff into the processors. That's just how it's going to be. Now, I'll probably save clearing out the throughway for after I've gone ahead and cleared all this out. Oi! Get out of there. Stop it. God, this thing's all over the place.
Applying credit to account.
Alright, so it's a little bit easier of a time going through this way, unless there happens to be a radiation shield, which I don't notice one. But let's just begin our detachment process. Nah, don't tell me that nonsense. You can get in. There you go. Zip. You win this round. Maybe I can get in here. That was a fool's hope. Alright, but one thing you do want to pay attention to is all the power cells. Just detach them and move them to the side a little bit. That's all you need to do. So let's just go from the front and work our way through this nonsense. Whee! Screech. Okay. Aim away from barrels. If you're firing on the barrels, you're asking for trouble. Now that we've detached this section, pointing it in there, not giving a rat's patoot about the light. Okay, here we go, and bye. Whoa! That's made things worse rather than better. God damn this thing. Alright. The Exolabs apparently are extremely light.
Valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Alright, get you guys down in there.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
And, you know what? Let's get daring with that reactor, shall we? Let's get dangerous. Okay, too dangerous. Too dangerous. Hurry. We got too dangerous. Okay, this should be enough to separate the things like... Ow! Come on, pull aside. Alright, now you get out of there. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so moral of the story, make sure you got a clear shot. Don't get dangerous. Oh my god, dude. What happened to all the power cells? I know there were more power cells than this. Well, I suppose I'll find them later. So before I go launching this into the processor, let's detach our solar sails, that's what they're called, on this model. And let's get those down into the barge. Boom. Just gonna take a moment to get the door console off. A little bit of excitement never hurt, right? We're fine. Okay, so as you can see, the electric cables are supposed to go into the furnace, but this isn't. I want you to see just how little of a difference it makes. Okay, because the electric cables, in my experience, are worthless in comparison to the amount of time and effort that you spend in taking them off. Get in there.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
I mean, it's not insignificant, but, I mean, for the amount of trouble it takes to get those out, not big. No big. We're still going to come in probably above 90%. Let's just detach these and move them aside a little bit. That way we've got room for when we pull this away, we can just shoot those down. I might have destroyed a power box, not gonna lie. Might have destroyed a power cell. Looks like there's not many on this one. Okay. Not gonna bother with the lights. Same as usual, the lights mean nothing to me. Oh! I forgot the sails. Whoop! Okay. I guess on this model, on free play, there's not a whole lot of power cells. But I assure you, the time and effort it takes is just... You know, look at all those cut points and how many things we gotta fling. I don't like it.
Secured. Applying credit.
Just remember that the Exolab mackerels are very, very light. Okay, nothing else attached here that I care about. Good, good. The lights ain't nothing.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Now, going from the back might be a little bit foolhardy for this side of things. Just because of the weird tilt we got going on. Nope, it's fine.
Salvage secured.
God, this thing is lighter than I thought it would be.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Yeah, electric cables. I mean, yeah, you lose a bit. I'm not gonna lie. If you destroyed something major like the reactor, like I almost did, and you're struggling to hit your goals in the main game, then yeah, you might want to take a minute just to, you know, nickel and dime. But in this case here, I don't consider it worth it. I've got enough confidence in my capabilities that I feel like I'll be able to extract everything useful that I need from this. And thankfully there is no radiation filter to worry about, so that gives us a little bit of leeway. Although, when you're working with computer terminals like this, make sure you check behind them for the power cell for the battery pack. It's a good idea to detach the battery pack before pulling out these terminals, on account of the fact that if you pull the terminal off of the battery pack, and not the other way around, yeah, you might be faced with having to deal with something exploding. And that's no good. That's no good. Okay, let's see if I can gain any sort of... Nope. Alright. Let me detach the beds then. Or just one of them. Alright, that'll do for me. And usual as usual, send the panels to their appropriate places. That might exert some upward tug. Yeah, it sure did. It's fine.
Transferring credits.
There's only 3 sections in this ship. Again, it's much lighter than the other ones. And now we got a clean shot at clearing her out. Now, because the table needs to go into the furnace rather than the processor, I'm not too worried about taking the. I'm not too worried about leaving the table attached in there. I'm going to take the computer off of it and leave the table attached for when I just drag the whole rig into the processor.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Good. This isn't the first time we've dealt with storage bins and hydroponics cabinets.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Grab down the computer terminals. This is probably not the smartest way to go about the hydroponics cabinets, but no, buddy, no worries. No worries. It's all gravy.
Salvage secured. Account credit.
Grits and gravy.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
And I'm not going to bother with the top-mounted lights. Let's grab this off. If you can leave it attached, then that makes it that much easier. This is a very awkward angle to be working at. But I've had worse. Okay, so this room is empty. Make sure there's no more door consoles to grab. Nope, none on this side. Okay. So, crew beds. Crew beds and mattresses are separate from each other. The crew beds, those go into the barge, but the mattresses, the fabric, for some reason, goes into the furnace. Don't ask me why. I don't know why you would burn fabric and consider it profit.
Salvage deposited.
Suit patch kit?
Credit to account.
Well, why the heck not? It doesn't even matter in the slightest in this mode. But I'll take it. Okay. One more mattress. I could have left it in there, but I've no guarantee that it's going to drag over there when I drag the rest of things. So, grabbing that door console. And that computer terminal.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
We're only at about 18 minutes thus far, so we're doing pretty good time here. Again, it's probably because this ship is a bit shorter and lighter than the other Mackerels. I think it's a bit of a draw. I think it's a little bit random as to how complicated the ship that you're going to be working on is. These all go into processor. I no longer care if this thing gets battered about.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
And that should be the shell. Let me see, any air filters? No. Normal. In this case, the mounting plate goes into the furnace. Sometimes the mounting plate goes into the processor. Don't ask me why. And 2 tethers is going to be more than enough. I'm just going to add 1 more for guidance. Whoop. Be moderately careful if you can. There is still a possibility you'll get pulled in with it. And since you're going in the right direction, blammo! I haven't helped myself at all.
Material accepted.
That's fine.
Credits assigned.
Get rid of those tethers, because the tethers can slow things down. Okay, interesting. I thought it looked to me as if there was a little bit left, so let's see what we got here. That's a bottle. I don't care about that. That's a spaceship in the distance. I don't care about that. No more yellow crap. Okay, I guess we got the whole thing. So let's just go ahead and check our score and say goodbye to mackerels. I love them, but they're boring sometimes. They're good for a quick one, if you want to run a quick one. Okay, 4.2% destroyed. 4.2%. That's what... It's like full-on 90% is like all the salvage goals. I think even less than that. We did fine, okay? For this, we weren't perfect, but again, it's pretty much impossible to get 100% perfection on any ship, so I think we did fine. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Once again, I am Alex, also known as Solinus Draconin. Next time, the Atlases. Goodbye.